Hello, 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 everybody. This is Big Baby Ben.
This is Judas Black here, guys, tonight. And as we promised, Keith Lawrence, Generational Jams podcast, live in living color right here on the Wrestling with Bros podcast. He was our first interview on Google Podcast, and we are happy to have him. How you doing tonight, Keith?
Man, I'm doing awesome, y'all. It's a pleasure. A pleasure. It's a pleasure to be on here doing a part two. You know, it's major love, man. I appreciate y'all. And I love what y'all are doing. I love what you're doing, keeping the fans in a loop of wrestling up to date, backdated, all of it, man. I love it, bro. I love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as we said, guys, he is actually the host of a podcast himself, Generational Jams. Why don't you tell us about that tonight, Keith?
Yeah, man. So I got the shirt. I got hold on. Can we see it with the shirt? Generational Jam.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir. The
Oh
gift will
yeah.
make room for you, but man, I'm predicated on just bringing awareness. You know what I'm saying? I like going around to different people and bringing people on a podcast that just have different doing different things in the community, doing different things in the world. We have to connect. The greater life becomes. You know what I'm saying? The more we can assess different situations, we can see different viewpoints, and I just believe that each day we're here, we should always educate ourselves. So we never know what we're gonna get. You know, I'm here for the real, raw, authentic conversations. Like I said, just really allowing people to bring their gifts to the forefront, to the platform. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. As we said, we had you on Google Podcasts, and you told us at that time when that you were all about inspiration, and we need to take that inspiration that we get from things and keep pushing forward and keep striving forward. And as you can see, by taking that advice from Keith himself, Wrestling with Bros has continued to build, continued to get bigger, and the inspiration, man, just from all the wrestling promotions, all the people we've met out there on the road, up to now going to MCW Midwest Championship Wrestling and being able to be a part of their shows. And now we're officially a sponsor for them as well, which is just awesome. We've met some really amazing people and the excitement that it brings. But it all started with listening to the inspiration of Keith Lawrence here. And there you could see April 25th is the next show that we will be attending, and the card is huge for that show. So, man, I'm excited for it. So, so the biggest match that night, Keith, for MCW will be the street fight between Austin Michael Baldridge and Chris Mercer. And the rivalry between them two has just really been building. But we don't want to dig too much into that tonight because tomorrow night, as we told you guys, we will have Chris Mercer on the podcast, and he will be breaking down why he keeps attacking Austin the way he does. And we're excited to hear about that. So tonight, though, Keith, I want to hear, you talk about inspiration and what your podcast is about, but do you have any stories, like a couple stories, maybe inspiration that you've had with doing your podcasts?
Yes, sir. Actually, man, I had an individual on here, and she lost her son.
Ooh,
She lost her son, and in the process of her losing her son, man, and being able to go and navigate life throughout this everyday journey, man, it's like it allows me to take life never for granted. I never take life for granted. You know what I'm saying?
very
Just to hear
cool.
her story, her testimony, how you can just go through everyday life. He was a teenager, so you didn't even realize that he had these issues that was so fixated in his mind. And it's really the awareness to understand that our inner thoughts, man, are very, very strong. And it can get us down like really, really deep. Man, I actually so crazy, right, bro? I had the mayor of Rock Island on the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So yes,
nice.
bro. Yes. So he just won.
Major.
Yeah, bro, that was like a major one. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because while I'm having him on the podcast, I'm making money doing a haircut at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a 2-for-1 special, man. So it was like, look, somebody said we love you guys. That's awesome, bro. I love it. I love it. I love it. And by the way, bro, that chair is hard. Yeah, that chair is hard. I gotta give me some. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So the way
Yeah,
the way this happened, your glasses, big baby.
Facts.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
So
yes,
this,
my signature look.
the story behind this chair. So I bought my son really nice setup a couple years back. A desk that lights up, a chair that lights up, and then all of a sudden he just wanted a basic corner desk, and he wanted a basic office chair. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to add this to my podcast setup. And I even got his old PC setup because he wanted an updated like computer, like PC and everything. And so I went ahead and invested for him for Christmas. I got him a whole brand new PC setup and everything. And his was acting really slow, his old one. And I just opened it up and there was a ton of dust in it. And I took that canned air stuff, blew it out real good. And dude, it runs amazing. So
Something as little as that, bro, is crazy, bro.
absolutely, absolutely. So you were telling us about, so she lost her son, and you helped inspire her. Now, what did you do that inspired her to keep on going?
You know what? I really just gave her outlet to tell her story. You know what I'm saying? Because she's given her story to the news outlet. She gave her story to different people. You know, and one thing, like I said in the beginning introduction, I really love the authenticness of having a heart-to-heart, a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? So being able to just allow her to tell her story from her perspective, from her point of view, you know, because when we look at things, you look at a story, depending on how many people are in the story, everybody has their own viewpoint of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like to be able to give her an outlet where, guess what, we're not censoring nothing. Guess what? If you have to have a breakdown, hey, if you're here, you're there. No matter what, I'm here for you, and we're here for you. You know what I'm saying? And you have a community of people behind you. Sometimes we just got to realize that we're not in the fight alone. You know what I'm saying? Truthfully.
You're absolutely correct. You know, being able to turn to true friends and true family, and people that are there for you in your life. A lot of people that suffer with things like losing loved ones or suffer with mental illness and things like that, they think they're alone because their mind makes them believe that. And it's not the case, because like if I have problems going on, I know I can contact Big Baby, and Big Baby's having problems. He knows he can hit up me because we know we've got each other's back when it comes to dealing with problems and issues. You know, and sometimes we have our little bickerments back and forth for a little bit, and then we get right back on the same page.
We're brothers.
We're brothers.
That's what brothers do. Facts.
Point out the true facts and say, this is what you're doing. This is what you need to stop doing. Let's get this back on the right page. You know, and I want to acknowledge this because, you know, our fans are always in the audience. And we've got someone, I'm not sure if it's someone you know, because it is actually a new name in the comment section, 2X Soul, saying, we love you guys. You are the best. We appreciate it. Thank you. If you're talking to Keith, he appreciates it as well.
Hey, bro, that individual's for you. I don't know who that is, bro. That's all y'all, bro. I can't take.
All right.
That's your flowers and roses right there, bro. That's you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. We appreciate it too, X Soul. You know, we love to hear from the fans. If you guys got anything that you want to talk about, or you think we should be talking about on the podcast, you know, we love to hear feedback, because that gives us inspiration to keep building and coming up with new ideas for Wrestling with Bros podcast. You know, and Keith, we talked about the one, and 2X Soul said, you are welcome. We talked about one story of inspiration, of giving a woman an outlet, something to be somewhere to talk about her feelings and how she felt about losing her child, which is one of the hardest things in the world. Because my grandma, who raised me, you know, she's my mom, because she raised me from the age of 3. She lost my oldest adopted brother when he was 38 years old from sleep apnea. And that was one of the hardest things for our family, because he was young. And actually, yesterday, my my biological brother, through my biological family, it was a 3-year anniversary of his death. He was 36. He died from congestive heart failure, and it was a very hard hit for the family as well. But losing somebody, if it's your brother, sister, family members, that's hard. But when you're the parent of that child and you lose them, that's very hard. And to that
Man, we
lady,
can
who
say
was brave-
bro's name on here, bro. We talking about James.
Yes, my brother James, and the other one was my brother Danny.
Yep.
God rest their souls.
Yeah.
But to the lady that was brave enough to come on Generational Jams podcast, Wrestling with Bros podcast, just saying you were brave, and our condolences go out to you, because we know that is a very hard thing to lose somebody, especially a child. Because when we're parents, we don't believe that our children are going to go before us, because
Right.
we believe the way the life cycle works is grandparents, parents, children, so on, and it starts with the older and works its way down the chain. But sometimes that chain gets broken, and it's hard to remend it. But you got to remember the good times and keep moving forward in life, because if you don't, you'll just be stuck in a reality that you just don't want to be in. So, Keith, if you will, do you have another story of inspiration that you've done or helped somebody with, to help them get back to where they needed to be?
Yeah, actually, one of my great sisters, I actually know her from working with her. I used to work at CSL Plasma Center, right? I was
Yep.
a phlebotomist. And she was one of my bosses there, actually. And she really got strong with her connection and her faith to God. And like she felt like the job was taking too much out of her and not allowing her to have like the necessary time and efforts that she needed. And bro, she quit, bro. Like, she did the proper steps, she gave her notice and everything, bro. But like she walked out on faith, bro, right? And like I had her on the podcast, and I was just like, we would text back and forth and we check on each other and stuff. But it was like her willingness and her obedience to believe that, and mind you, she's making, if not 6 figures at this job, bro. She's a big wig, you know what I'm saying? But she decided to walk away because she felt like it was overbearing, and she felt like she couldn't be who God has created her to be, bro. And like I follow her, and I watch her, and she has a KYC, you know what I'm saying? She on Tuesdays she drops a podcast, she drops an interview where she just gives encouragement to the people. You know what I'm saying? That, bro, that like helped me realize, bro, that we can't be fearful to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like that was real inspiration, where it's like when I tell you guys, I really, you know what I'm saying? I really, show love and different things like that to you guys. Like, bro, I see you guys and I love it. And I love it due to the fact that, like, from where you guys started to now, like seeing you guys, right? So we're like, we had a voice memo the first time, right? Yeah. Now we're looking at phones, right? Now we're looking literally camera wise, right? Guys, we're in 3 different locations. So you guys are going to help me get Generational Jam better. So I wanted to give you guys your flowers for that, bro. Like, because it's all about evolving and elevating. So like, I just want to let you guys know, man, I love it, bro. And I really follow it. I really do follow y'all, bro. And like, I'm going to try to get to that event next Friday, because I believe it's next Friday, correct? Yeah. The one you posted about the 25th. So because my son is like really invested in wrestling right now. And he's like, "Dad, can you take us? Can you take us?" And I don't know if the like WWE if they came to Des Moines already, but I was thinking about taking them there. But I do want to take them to you guys' event next Friday in Chicago. So I just want to let you guys know. So if I'm in attendance, man, I'll definitely be shooting a text and showing love and take some pictures.
It's in Ottawa, Illinois.
Ottawa, Illinois.
Oh, it's in Ottawa. It's not even. It's like, okay, so it's not even in Chicago. It's in Ottawa.
Hour and a half
it's-
away.
Yep.
Bro, like Fridays I'm off.
And you'll be able to come over. Wrestling with Bros actually has a full table set up, so you'll be able to come over and talk to us at the table and everything. So,
Bro, I'm really like I'm almost saying mark me in, bro, because I'm gonna talk with the wife and I'm gonna reach out to you guys on the back end. But I really want to, because my son really wants that experience, and I never got to do that with my parent. You know, my parents, period. You know what I'm saying? I never, so I want to give him an opportunity because, bro, y'all may or may not know, and I don't remember if I shared this. I tried to do wrestling for real. I tried to do wrestling. I used to go out. I used to go out, bro, and it just wasn't for me, bro. I couldn't get it done. So I commend, because they are real athletes, bro. Like out there putting on the show, putting their lives on the line, putting their bodies on the line consistently, nightly basis, keeping their bodies in shape for the people. I commend them, bro, because it's not easy. Because I tried it. Just leaping from one rope to the next, that rope is very stern. And it puts some force in that. You gotta jump. Hey, bro, I did it, bro. Trying to fall correctly, it's an art, and I love it.
It is. I will tell you this, Keith. With the MCW shows, man, it's $25 for an adult. Or let's see what it say on there. Or $20 now. $20 for general admission. Kids are $10. 6 and under is free. These shows. They're amazing. The athleticism of the athletes that show up to MCW. You can go to a WWE event. That's great. It's fun. It's exciting. But these seats, even the back row seats, are just so close up that you catch every bit of action in this show. And these wrestlers, they talk with the fans. They trash talk them, all this stuff. And then in between the intermissions, they come out with their if any of them's got like merchandise and stuff, so you can buy T-shirts from your favorite wrestler, whomever you may like. I mean, it's just a great environment and a great time. And MCW to us is almost like a family because they watch each other's backs, and it's all about being a part of a bigger thing and building the MCW brand. So. Also in the comment section again here, 2X Soul, Keith, your flowers go to you too. He said, we are talking to all of you. So they like all of us as a group. So, Big Baby, we've heard a couple stories of inspiration from Keith Lawrence here, but I would like to dig in to a little bit of WWE. Why don't you go ahead and kick us off with that?
Well, a picture speaks 1,000 words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. That may be 1 billion words right there, bro.
Yes. Seeing right here, we have Cody Rhodes and John Cena that are going to be wrestling each other at WrestleMania for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And it's weird because we expected Cody Rhodes to turn heel. Instead, after 23 years, John Cena turned heel at the Elimination Chamber.
I seen that.
My mouth fell wide open. I'm like, but I seen his face, like when he was looking at The Rock, and he hugged Cody, and then he's just like, I'm like, oh God, no. And then he just kicks him in the groin. I'm like, oh my God. It was crazy for that to happen. Like, but this is what everybody for years, fans talked about John Cena. What would happen if he turned heel? We even did an episode on Google Podcasts, Spotify, where we talked about what if John Cena had ever been a heel, and now we get to live the moment in truth. Like, 2X Soul, you asked, why did John Cena turn heel? And I mean, I'm kind of answering it at this moment. John Cena turned heel because for 23 years, he was a face. He was for the company. And this is his final run in WWE. And Triple H went to John Cena and says, what if we turn you heel? Because what if we finally pull that never to pull lever, that lever that nobody ever thought would get pulled? And John Cena said, let's do it. Because this is what the fans have wanted for 23 years. John Cena did a short little stint heel run as a Thugonomics guy. And after that,
yeah.
And he got so popular with the fans, they turned him face. And he stayed face for 23 years. So my opinion in this, and just looking at the scheduling, the booking for John Cena, he's got so many appearances coming up for WWE. My opinion in this, John Cena walks out of WrestleMania WWE Undisputed Champion. Keith, what is your thoughts on this?
I second that, man. I second that. It's so crazy, bro, because I can really remember a young John Cena, bro.
Yeah.
Like just trying to really get in the phase of things, right? But if people remember, if they can go back, John Cena always was good with the wordplay, though. You know what I'm saying? He's always been good with the wordplay. Like, he could talk his mess, but man, I agree. I believe that John Cena is going to come out, and I believe that this new turn with him being healed, bro, like you said, bro, it's just like John Cena is so likable. I think for so many years, people wanted a reason to dislike John Cena. And like now it's like, okay, now I can kind of be on it. Now I can kind of be there now, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, John Cena turning heel. Nobody expected that. And I thought, well, what would John Cena say as a heel? And he is literally taking everything he said to us in 23 years and he's flip-flopping it. Mm-hmm. He's flip-flopping it and he's nailing it week in and week out, you know, just completely trashing the fans, saying this relationship is over. This relationship, you guys and me, is over. Now my time is now. Big Baby, what is your thoughts on the Cody Rhodes John Cena match at WrestleMania?
It's needed. This is needed for WrestleMania. This is a major match. This is the showdown of our childhood versus today's John Cena. That's what this is. This is today's franchise player versus our franchise player.
Yes.
And it's a franchise showdown.
Yes.
Cena gets the victory. Cena gets the victory. 17th World Championship as a heel run. I can't see any other way.
You're absolutely correct, Big Baby. And something I want to bring to light, and I'm sure, Keith, you probably have seen this. KO, Kevin Owens, sidelined for WrestleMania, receiving a neck injury, potentially needing spinal fusion for his neck. And Randy Orton without a match for WrestleMania. Now, we did see on Friday Night SmackDown, Randy Orton, you know, was out in the ring talking with Nick Aldis about having a match, saying this is his 20th year in WrestleMania, 20th WrestleMania appearance, and he needs a match. Being interrupted by Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, and LA Knight coming out for the save when they jumped Randy. Do we think, with Randy losing his match against KO, do we think Randy Orton potentially could be inserted into the United States Championship match?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the legend killer, bro. I mean, even in the age that he is today, bro, it's like Randy Orton, bro, is like, he's just very unique in just how he came about. You know what I'm saying? So I can see him, because not seeing him at WrestleMania, bro, I think we would feel some type of way, right? Would we agree? Not being able to see him in action, it wouldn't be the same.
Appearances.
You know yeah, bro. Like, he's the legend killer. That's the greatest way to put that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Greatest way to put that. Like, man,
yes, you're absolutely correct.
I can definitely see it, bro. I can definitely see it.
Big Baby?
Now we got a star-studded match where Paul Heyman is just
stuck in the middle.
I don't know where he's stuck in the middle between his tribal chief and his best friend.
And something that I want to point out with this match, the triple threat between Seth frickin' Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. Something I want to point out that I did see actually on last Monday. Seth Rollins coming out and trying to intimidate Paul Heyman. And it ended where CM Punk came out, attacked Seth, and then CM Punk got knocked down, and Seth nailed the stomp. And then Paul Heyman getting down there to check on CM Punk, and Seth Rollins actually attempting to go for a stomp on Paul Heyman and stopping just short of his head and said, "Now you owe me a favor." So do we think that there's a good possibility of who's going to win this match? I think Roman Reigns. That's who I want to win it.
Yeah.
But my gut instincts are telling me that Paul Heyman potentially sides with Seth frickin' Rollins. Something tells me that with him now owing Seth frickin' Rollins a favor, Paul Heyman is not going to side with the tribal chief. He's not going to side with CM Punk. We're going to get a plot twist, and we're going to see him side with Seth frickin' Rollins to pay back that favor of Seth frickin' Rollins not stomping him into the mat. What do you think, Keith?
Let's go Davenport. No, I agree with you, bro. It's crazy, bro. Like you think about it, bro. We really have like to me, CM Punk is quote unquote a legend, right?
Yes.
Roman Reigns is on that pathway, if not already there as well. And Seth Rollins is also. So we in essential we have three legends going at it. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that with the plot twist of guess what? Now you owe me WrestleMania. What better way to repay it than WrestleMania? But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I actually wouldn't mind seeing CM Punk.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the one of the older OGs. CM Punk has put in a lot. Hey, look at his shirt. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hell froze over.
Yeah. I think that CM Punk winning would be a plot twist in itself. It's on right as well, you know. But you got the younger bulls with Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins, But shout out to Davenport. But I wouldn't mind seeing CM Punk do his thing. How about you guys?
Absolutely. I'm calling for Roman. Roman is my boy. I have followed him through thick and thin, same as I've done with John Cena. People may have thought, well, Judas, he's all about the faces and stuff. But for some reason, I'm just getting this itch that I'm loving these heel turns. And, John Cena I have followed since 2002 when he debuted in the WWE. And I continue to follow that man, even if he's a heel face. It does not matter till his last match.
A prototype.
I will follow him 100%. But in this situation, I have followed Roman since he made his way into the WWE, and I will continue to follow Roman all the way through his tribal chief era. Big Baby said, "This is it. This is when he's losing. This is it. This is when he's losing." I even finally got Big Baby to acknowledge the tribal chief. Big Baby's like, I have to do it. And I've got the picture. So he can't.
I believe it was Survivor Series, wasn't it?
Yep, Survivor Series. Ben's like, it was great. It was great. So, Big Baby, as we dig a little deeper here into the WrestleMania card, I want to pull up a women's match here. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair versus Io Sky. In this match, in this setup here, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair are completely overlooking Io Sky. They keep shoving her away. They keep pushing her back. They keep acting like she's not there. And I think that this is going to be their biggest downfall. Now, we just lost Keith there for a minute. Hopefully he pops back in. Let's go ahead and, finish up what we're talking about here, Big Baby. I don't know if he's going to come back or not. But we're talking to... talking about this match here. Let's go ahead and wrap it real quick. I want Rhea to win, but I think that they're overlooking Io, and I think she's going to retain the championship. Big Baby?
Io's on fire right now. Io's on fire right now. She's popping with the fans. She's popping like, I don't know if as big as Rhea, but she's popping. So I mean, we're gonna have to see, bro. But I want Mommy to win.
That's same here, Big Baby. Same here. So, guys, it looks like we lost Keith Lawrence of Generational Jams. We really, truly enjoyed having him on the podcast tonight. Big Baby?
It was an honor, man. It was, I had a blast with you. Do it again anytime. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm Big Baby Ben.